Hello, Todd Shank here from Premier FPL. I'm going to be doing the Gameweek 27 FPL tips here today. This one's going to have to be pretty short. It's been a pretty busy week, so I haven't had a whole lot of time to prep for anything. But just wanted to get something in because I guess the big news is that there are actually two fixtures that start this afternoon. So just want to make sure that you do get your team in time for that. So if we take a look here, game time starts 7:45 over in Britain, so make sure that your teams are set and ready to go by 6:45 British time. So for me, that's I'll have to have my team set by about 1:45 here in the States, East Coast time. So I guess a couple things I'm going to go over is, again, doing prep, look ahead to the upcoming fixtures, and look at some of the possible changes to make for coming up, and just kind of a quick review of some of the chips and what to do with those. So again, I have the fixtures difficulty, some of the rankings, did update it so that weighted the teams that have blanks down here at the bottom. So yeah, this is just kind of a look at, what the difficulty is based on, FPL statistics in there. Some of the top teams look at, Leicester City has been playing a little better lately. Kind of interesting to see who you want to pick up from there. Pereira has not done too bad, as well as Jamie Vardy is always, pretty decent one to look at for Leicester City. Huddersfield's a tough one because I don't feel like there's a whole lot of value in there with them. But new manager possibly doing a little bit better. Newcastle has been playing much better lately, especially defensively. So some decent players to look at there. I think Schär is kind of the top one for Newcastle. Crystal Palace, again, kind of picking things up. But again, their fixtures are a little bit all over the place. Zaha, not bad. Milivojevic is always a decent one. He is on penalties and seems to score quite a few goals from penalties. And again, Wolverhampton has some good fixtures. Looking ahead, I did throw in, kind of the rest of the season in here. So Arsenal here, their matches really pick up in game week 31 and are pretty easy coasting through the rest of the season. Is one to look at. I know that Bournemouth is another one from game week 30 on. About the most difficult one is Tottenham. Again, they're not very great defensively, but attacking-wise, pretty decent to look at. Trying to think who are some of the other big ones. To finish out the season, Liverpool does have this stretch of fixtures is pretty good. Basically, after the United match this weekend, they have a fairly decent run of fixtures through the end of the season, other than, Tottenham, Chelsea at home. So again, those are even home fixtures, so not bad to hang on to them. City have decent fixtures. They only have the Manchester Derby here in game week 31 and Tottenham at home in game week 35. So they're also in a pretty good run of fixtures there, and they're going to be pushing for the title. So a good one to look at picking up. All right, so that's kind of like the brief rundown of what fixtures look like there. Pretty easy to look at, some of the top players. Now, I think Aguero, the tough one for me is going to be who to go for, especially for the run-in here. Aubameyang has these great run of fixtures here from game week 31 on. But like I said, Man City really plowing ahead. Aguero, picking up 2 hat tricks in the last 2 game weeks now. So really missing out on him in my team. So he's one that I'm considering bringing in. Possibly even Sterling, since Sane didn't really cut it. But yeah, those are just some of the players to look at. One thing to consider is recent form. Aguero, of course, top of the charts there. No questions about that one. Wolverhampton players have these good run of fixtures still for the next 3 matches. So Jota, Moutinho, good shouts there for midfield, especially Moutinho with only 5.3. The issue with Moutinho, he's going to get assists, but not really a whole lot of goals. Only 1 goal this season. So he picks up a lot of his points from the assists, bonus points, and then also from the clean sheets. Like I said, Schär is a pretty good one here. Thinking ahead for the upcoming fixtures for Bournemouth, King is a good one. He's been scoring goals lately, kind of picked up a mantle from Wilson now that he's out. So he might even be able to maintain his place when Wilson does come back. It's kind of questionable up through the beginning of March even. So yeah, I don't want to get in too much with the players. More just thinking about upcoming fixtures. Now, looking ahead, there are going to be blank game weeks for 31 and 33. So what I should do is go through and update my own spreadsheet just to include those. But that also brings in the possibilities for a double game week in 32 and in 35. Now, as before, like these bottom teams here, Liverpool, Leicester, Bournemouth, Burnley, and Huddersfield, they are guaranteed to have matches basically through the rest of the season. So they're not going to be having any double game weeks or blank game weeks. It's mainly going to be these top teams here from Man City down to Southampton that will have these blanks and doubles in here. Arsenal guaranteed to play in game week 33. Southampton guaranteed to play in game week 33 as well. So yeah, Ben Crullen created this, and it's a great tool to use to try to prepare ahead for those. So yeah, for blank game week 31, that's going to be a tough one because that's also when Arsenal's fixtures are supposed to pick up. But that also means that game week 32 could be a great one to consider bringing in, Aubameyang for that and prepare. Yeah. So again, for this weekend, just make sure you do have your team set. Depending on your time zone. So for British time, there's the 2 matches starting at 7:45. So teams will be locked at 6:45. Make sure you do get everybody slotted in for your teams. Don't want to miss out on getting your team set just because you forgot about the Friday game week. That's definitely happened to me. So make sure you look out for that. So yeah, I think that's actually going to be where I wrap it up. Like I said, the main things are just looking ahead, make sure you have a plan for what you're going to do for these upcoming fixtures, especially, game week 31, 32, 35 in those areas, 33. Basically, this stretch right in here is going to be really difficult. I did say I mentioned the chips, so those are good times to look ahead, make sure you have a plan for how you're going to use your chips. Some of the blank game weeks are great for taking the free hit chip. And then the double game weeks are great to save a wild card for one of them, get your bench boost ready for another one. Triple captain for, if looking here, one of these that City has a double game week, especially against Fulham here. That might be a great one for a triple captain for Aguero. Trying to think, Aubameyang might be another great triple captain for one of these game weeks as well. All right, so I think that's going to wrap it up. You like the video, subscribe down below. Make sure you click on the bell, get the notifications when the new videos are out. I usually try to do them somewhere between Wednesday and Friday to get prepared for the weekend. So I think that's going to wrap up my Game Week 27 tips here. As always, wish you good luck and have fun.